It's official, like a referee with a whistle. Back at you with another episode. So like and share. So today, man, we're gonna be talking about the new Facebook dating scam. It's been going on for a while now. It kind of started, at least I ran into it during the pandemic. It was my first encounter with these people. And first I thought it was a one-off type deal. But I soon learned that this shit is organized. This ain't just one person doing this. This is like something that's much bigger than just me or one person. So I'm going to share my screen right now. This is Lena. Lynetta Washington. This is an actress. This don't got nothing to do with her, by the way. This don't got nothing to do with her. I was just happening when I logged into Facebook. Her profile popped up. Her reel. This don't got nothing to do with her. You know, she's a good actress. You know, she was in a couple movies that independent movies. She knows abroad. You know what I'm saying? She live in Atlanta. I think she got a cooking thing going on or whatever. Looks like she got a cooking channel going on or whatever. But that's cool. She old abroad, but this don't got nothing to do with her. Now, what happens on Facebook is you have this organization. This is a group job. There's somebody that's duplicating profiles on Facebook. And let me tell you how I know that somebody's duplicating. Let me tell you how I know it's a organized thing. Because one day I got another message from somebody that I went to high school with, supposedly, right? And it's the second time this happened. And I learned that ain't the person. I was being, at least they was trying to catfish me into thinking that was them. And the reason why I knew it wasn't the person, because I asked him a question. And he's the only person, me and him are the only person that would know the answer to the question. And this person on the other side could not answer the question. So that's how I knew this was a scammer. But I played along with it, right? And I said, hey, let's get on the telephone and let's talk about it. And he's like, no, I can't do it right now because of whoop-de-doo. So I'm playing around with him or whatever. And he just disappears. And he came back. He sent me another message 2 days later. And this is what he said. This is what he said when he came back 2 days later. He said, what's up? He said he's doing good. I have been trying to reach you here because I saw your name on the DHHS list. Have you heard from them? I said, what's that? Because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. He said, it's the Department of Health and Human Workers, hearing, deaf, old, young, students, widowed, retired, assistant people with disabilities to benefit from the financially to maintain the standard of living. So it's DHSS, right? That's basically what he was saying. Did you receive any money from them yet? Nope. That's what I said. How do you know my name was on the list? That's a good question. How did he know my name was on the list? I didn't even know my name was on the DHSS list. What the hell are you talking about? Right? And this is his response. I think you should contact the claimant agent now to know if your name is still on their winner list, because I got my winning money after 4 hours after I contacted them. And did you know how to get in touch with the claimant agent? So I kind of like, I logged off. He sent me a message the third time and said, hey, what's up with you? I said, nothing. And then he sent me a link, a Facebook link, that I don't know what the hell it was about. Just send him a direct message now that you're ready to claim your winning money. Keep updating with the agent now. He is online because he wants to approve some people that just apply now. Maybe you can be among one of them. You block message. So I ended up blocking him because I knew he was a scammer. And this ain't the first message I got like this. The first message I got like this was from another so-called classmate of mine. And he was basically talking about some government program that's out here. This is during the pandemic too. This is when they had them stimulus programs floating around, and the PPM loans. I think that's what you call it. PP loans, whatever. Well, it was a stimulus when they had these stimulus packages floating around during the pandemic, and I got approached with that, but it wasn't the PP. It wasn't the stimulus package. It wasn't a stimulus package. This was something like totally different, something that I didn't know about. And then when I actually read what the person had to say on the website link that they sent me, and they wanted me to register and give my bank account information and check and all that shit. I'm like, hell no, are you crazy? You don't give your bank information to nobody online like that. No. You know, they wanted to know my social security, my banking information, and I don't know these people. This ain't like a bank or a financial institution. No, this is just a random person asking me for my information. Somebody that I've never seen or never heard of in my life. He's telling me he's like the plug to the government. He's gonna help me get the money. And you know, if I'd have gave him all my information, you know what he would have done? He would have found a way to hack into my bank account and got my money, got access to my bank account. And what usually happens, your bank account usually gets shut down if the system catches it. And another thing, you probably heard of the check cashing scam that a lot of Nigerians run. And this is kind of old school, where they'll send you a check in the mail, right? So what usually happens is this: you usually meet somebody, and a lot of women usually fall for this, by the way, because a lot of women are easily manipulated, unfortunately. There's some guys too, but this usually works with women. It really works on women because the guys are very clever. So what usually happens is they'll try to engage and chat with you online on any site. It don't got to be just Facebook. It could be on any of these social media sites. And they'll give you a sob story, or you might get an email and they'll give you a sob story talking about how they're in a war-torn area and people are shooting and the kids are starving and they running for their life. They don't got no money and they don't got no food to eat or whatever.
You what?
You know, they just need some money so bad. So they'll say, hey, why don't you let me? They'll say, hey, do you want to make some money? And of course you're going to say, yeah, right? They'll say, hey, why don't you let me send you a check in the mail for $2,000, let's say, right? And when you get the check, you cash the check. They're gonna write the check to you, and you're gonna put the check in your bank account, and they'll say, hey, you take 1,500 and send me 500. Oh shit! It sounds like a good deal, right? But the only problem is the check that they're writing out to you is a fake check. It's a hot check. It's a hot check. That's what they call it, right? It ain't real. They made it up online somehow, some way, with some type of software. A lot of them checks don't work as well as they used to because the banks have caught on to it and they've upgraded their system. And what usually happens, that's why when you go to the bank today, if you have a check, it doesn't matter what type of check it is, they'll scan it through a little scanner to see if it's real or not, right? If it ain't real, they ain't gonna cash it. That's what that's for, because because there's so many goddamn Nigerian and Russian scammers out here. They've perfected the banking system as far as running schemes and scams and ripping people off and shit. So if for whatever reason, if that check is deposited in your bank account, and if the system catches it, your bank account usually gets shut down. And then you have to go in the bank and be like, oh, I didn't know it was a fake check, this and that, and all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. That type of scam been going on for probably like over 10 years now. They used to do that when people started having eBay accounts, selling shit on eBay. You know what I'm saying? And now they've taken the shit to Facebook and LinkedIn and IG. You know, they started it on MySpace. They went from MySpace to eBay, and now it's on all. You find people on all these sites trying to run schemes and scams, trying to rip people off. But it sounds like a good idea. You gotta be honest. If somebody's willing to write you a $2,000 check, and they will say, hey, you take 15 and send me 5 back. That sounds like a good idea. But you got to think about it like this too. If somebody's telling you that they're struggling already, they're in a war-torn environment, that's what they say, right? They're starving. If somebody's starving, how can they afford to send you $2,000? Where the money gonna come from? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you have a lot of people out here that's, they struggling already, so they easily be manipulated and everything. That's why these types of schemes and scams still work. And they prey on the weak. They prey on people that's in poverty, people that maybe they're in the hood or they're struggling or something like that. And it works on women more than guys. Especially if the woman is a single mom with kids. And see, these guys online, they look for single women with kids that's already struggling. And they'll follow you on Twitter. They'll follow you for months. On Twitter and Instagram, they'll follow you for months to see and have an idea of what type of woman you are, or what type of guy you are, or how much money you kind of making. And then if they get your email, they might send you an email, or they might DM you. They'll just give you a sob story just to try to get your attention, just to see if it sticks. It's been going on, And the reason why, like I said, I say it's an organized thing It ain't just one person doing this, because there's somebody have access to everybody that I graduated with in high school. So there's somebody on Facebook right now, they're duplicating all of my classmates' Facebook accounts, all of my family's Facebook accounts, all of my friends that I went to college with Facebook accounts. Somebody's duplicating it right now as we speak. And they're sending me emails every week from some duplicated fake scammy accounts with some sob story, acting like we know each other. But behind that account, there's some Nigerian scammer, Russian scammer, East Indian scammer. So you got to be careful out here. And check this out. They've even taken it to the next level. Now they're catfishing with they're duplicating the celebrity accounts now. Probably a couple days ago, I saw a video on YouTube, and this girl went to see somebody at a concert, and I think it was Boozy. She went to see Boozy at a concert, and for 3 to 4 months, she was going back. She's thinking she's going back and forth with Boozy, right? Talking on Instagram or one of these sites, right? And she ended up buying a ticket to go to the show to see Boozy and everything. And when Boozy I think after he was coming off stage, somehow she ended up getting in touch, running into him, talking to him, along with her family, right? So this woman is talking to Boozy like she know who he was. And Boozy was looking at her like, I don't know what the fuck going on. I could tell by his body language, like, he don't know what the hell going on. He ain't never seen this woman in her life. You know what I'm saying? So Boozy was sitting, after Boozy, he let her talk. And Boozy was like, ma'am, I don't know who you were talking to online, but it wasn't me. You know? And this is partly the reason why I always tell people, if you haven't talked to someone over the telephone, I don't take them serious. So anybody, you can send emails back and forth all day long. If I haven't physically heard you over the telephone, to me, I don't know if you're a man or a woman. I don't take anything for face value. I don't assume anything until we get on the phone and talk to each other. Until I hear or physically see or FaceTime or something. I don't know. There's too much catfishing and trolling going on online. And then on top of that, that same girl that showed up to see Boozy to perform, I think she ended up giving that person some money even before she showed up at the show for some VIP type experience. I think she ended up giving the scammer, like, I think $4,000 or $5,000, some shit like that. And Boozy was saying, ma'am, that wasn't me. That was somebody else. You know? So now, man, they're taking the catfishing and the scamming and ripping people off to the next level, man. So be careful online. Be careful who you talk to. Don't assume shit until proven otherwise. If you haven't talked to that man, or if you haven't talked to that woman over the telephone, don't just rely on email and DMs and text. And see, this is why a lot of us, we get into trouble, because we just rely on the technology. Well, we don't want to get on the phone and talk to nobody no more. And that's where a lot of us get in trouble, and that's where a lot of us get ripped off. And this was the purpose of me doing this video. Don't just rely on text, email, and DMs. No, pick up the telephone. And if the person act like they don't want to get on the telephone with you, that's a red flag. Something ain't right. Move on. Stop sending people money. Stop sending women money. They're never gonna respect you. Stop sending men money. If it ain't a reliable source when it comes to some business transaction, don't do it. Don't rely on DMs. Make sure, the old saying goes, if when in doubt, don't do it. Check and verify that this is the real person. And so that's why I wanted to do this video. It's an old scam, but it's new to some people because a lot of people don't realize how manipulating and vindictive and trifling people can be out here. You got Russian scammers, you got East Indian scammers, you got Nigerian scammers, and you got scammers in America too, online. Everybody's trying to get something out of you online. Ain't too many people trying to give anything. And then they don't want to show their face is one thing, but they don't even want to get on the phone with you. Come on, man, that should be they don't even want to get on the phone. Look, if you tell me, hey, I don't want to show my face, is one thing. But you don't even want me to hear your voice? That's another thing. So share this video. Tell me what you think. Tell me what's been your experience. Have you ran into have you got any fishy type emails where you thought that something wasn't right? Or maybe you got scammed out of some money. You got taken advantage of. Maybe you got if you've been online long enough, you have gotten some type of DM or email from somebody where you thought it was kind of fishy. You're like, something ain't right about that. You might have got a DM from your aunt, and your aunt might be 65, 70 years old, and good and hell well your aunt ain't on the internet. But all of a sudden you got an email from your aunt, and you acting like, this is my damn aunt for real? She don't fuck with no internet like that. And then you call your aunt later on that day and say, Auntie, you on the internet now? You sent me a message earlier, right? And she's like, boy, I ain't on no internet, boy. I don't know what you talking about. It'll be that type of shit. If you've been on the internet long enough, you more than likely you had an experience like that before. Or maybe it's just me. Share this episode. Tell me what you think below. Until next time, I'm out. Peace. Alright. Just got the call, it's going down tonight. It's a lot of goodbyes here tonight. But then I saw the stallion that I like. Here from Cali, I live in the valley.